And so I know obviously about the incident that happened between you guys allegedly in January, and then she didn't file a report till February. What made her file a report a month later about something that?
That was just kind of her personality.
Just get back at you for something she pissed, or?
Mm-hmm. That was her personality. When she got mad about something, she would act extremely childish until she got her way, and if she didn't get her way, she would just escalate until she got her way.
And they believed her about something that happened a month before?
I got arrested for it.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of strange.
Whether or not they believed her, I still went away in handcuffs, and I still had to get bailed out of the county. And
yeah.
So whether or not they believed her, there wasn't no. It was just a statement.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just he said, she said.
Yeah, I went away for it, and then yeah, she moved out like the Monday or Tuesday. She moved out in the early week, and by the end of the week, she was back, like with her mom, like clearing out all of her shit. And then when I said, okay, like, bye. Because we had played that game before where she left. She would always come back.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time she would leave, I would beg her to come back, and she would come back. And then we'd make it another 2 or 3 weeks. And then she would leave, and then I'd beg her to come back. And and then I just didn't beg her to come back.
What kind of stuff were y'all arguing about?
Everything.
Just normal.
Just normal stuff.
People stuff.
And then being a recruiter, I talked to a lot of different people. So I had 2 phones, and I talked to a lot of females, and she didn't like that. But that was my job as a recruiter. I had to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't like that. So then we'd argue about that. And then one time I just didn't ask her to come back. And she came back like 4 days later with her mom, and they cleared out like all of her stuff up from the house.
So that was how far after your arrest for the domestic violence thing was that? Like a week or 2? Or?
No, that was in January. What made her go file in February? Who knows?
Okay. But so she actually moved out when, in February, or even later than that?
She didn't permanently actually move out of that house until about April.
Okay.
But what kicked off the incident in January was she moved out.
Okay.
She moved out, took all her shit, came back, moved out again. I told her that time, just stay gone this time because I don't want you ruining my shit. You're ruining everything in my life. Please stay away. Came back like a week later with the police.
All right. So you guys weren't married long at all?
2 months.
So it's kind of
2 months, and then we made it until March. I called her the night. I know I wasn't supposed to. Don't care. Called her the night I got out of jail, and she sat there and cried on the phone. And she was like, "I didn't know that you were gonna go to jail." And I told her it's okay. You know, I forgive you. I'm a very forgiving guy. I don't give a shit. I can get over this.
Uh-huh.
You know, I know who she was. She had the shortest fuse on the phone. It wasn't even a fuse. It was one of those things you just pull it. It just explodes.
Uh-huh.
That was her personality. That's the personality. That's the person I knew. And I told her it's okay. That's fine. I'll take you back. I don't care. Let's just move on. And that lasted about 2 more months, probably till about the end of April into June, or I guess that would have been May. Yeah, like end of April into May, and she was like, that's when people started coming around the house. Like the Fountain Inn Police Department was like coming around the house looking for her, and I got nervous because I have a restraining order. So
right.
And I don't got family down here. She could leave. She could go to her mom's or her dad's and have some. I don't have anywhere to go, so I was sleeping in my car. Because I got a no contact order with her at work too, so I can get in trouble 2 different ways.
Oh, wow.
The military can put me on Fort Jackson. They can put me in jail in Fort Jackson for 30 days for breaking a no contact, and then I got an actual restraining order with the state. So I told her, I was like, you got to go. Like, we can talk. And we'll keep that on the low, but you got to go now because they were coming to the house. Army investigators are coming to the house looking for her. The Fountain Inn Police Department. So I was like, the one time they see you, they're going to be like, hey, we got another conviction. Grab his ass. And I don't want to go through that because I've already been in that situation. And I don't feel safe in that situation. So she left in like April or May.
How was your guys' contact after that? I mean, did you?
We talked on and off.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it was real heavy because we were still like, we're in a relationship, we're just not with each other. It wasn't until probably about June that it went to more once a week, and then once every other week, and then we just fought like once or twice, and then just completely broke contact. The only time I would hear from her after that is when she needed something, or when I assumed that she was like drinking or something, because she would text me random "I love yous" and stuff like that.
Was she ever like drive by your house or anything?
Yeah, and
just to see what you're doing? Or?
I saw her a couple times, just her car, and that could have been for a couple reasons. I mean, she could have seen somebody else in the neighborhood. I don't know, but I saw her car a couple times, and then I heard stories that she was like coming up to the door for my roommate and stuff. Come to like, my roommate got a cat. She wanted to come see the cat. She wanted to come see my dog, so she tried to get my roommate to take my dog out of the house to go see.
Is this Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just hearing, she never came and bothered me. She never did that. She wouldn't like come and like, you know, if I was there and like bang on my doors and shit. But she was still coming by the house. And I don't know why. But we broke contact because she was dating already. Like she's already been dating dudes. So I'm like, just move on. Like leave me alone.
Right.
But I still get random texts, you know, in the morning. I look good today. I love you. Shit like that.
Was she trying to get back with you? Or
I couldn't really give you a good answer on that. My intention was to get back together with her.
Still? Really?
Yeah, at the end of this. Whenever my civil court was done, that's the last thing I told her, was that when this shit's all done and over with, I just want you to be there for me in that courtroom, and I will walk away from that courtroom with you.
When you say civil court, you talk about
the charge from February.
Criminal case? Okay.
Yeah.
And what was going on with the military? Were they waiting to see what happened with that?
Yeah.
So that's why they had you over on Bargery Street,
right,
doing administrative stuff.
And
then once that case got cleared, if it got cleared, then you'd be reassigned, or
if it was like dismissed, cleared, yeah, they would have just sent me on my way. If something came of it, then they would have continued their investigation, see what they wanted to do about it. Okay. Probably just kick me out, more likely.
Is that? I mean, I've never been in the military, so I don't know how it works. But if you get charged with something serious enough, they just discharge you.
Most of the time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if it's a guilty verdict, they'll just dishonorably discharge you.
Okay.
So, and that's like the worst thing that could happen. It's like walking out the door with 2 felonies instead of 1.
And I'm sure it's a lot of pride issue too, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, 10 years of my life and 2 years in Iraq.
Yeah.
Walk out the door, but I mean, and I told her, I said, it's already done. They can do what they want. But the last thing I told her was when there's a disposition, if it's not guilty and I get to walk out of that courtroom, I want to walk out with you. And she said that was fine. She said that's good. That's what I want too. And that was like 2 months ago.
So what was the status with the case? How close was it coming to go to court, or you know?
My lawyer got the solicitor to allow me to apply for PTI for the whole charge. So I got denied from that. I got denied from PTI. So now I'm just waiting. I haven't heard anything. I guess my thing went to the bottom of the pile again to recycle back to the top.
Right, yeah. It's a slow.
And you know, it took from March to June to get, okay, let's apply for PTI.
Yeah.
And then, oh, by the way, we rejected you.
Is that a public defender or paid?
No, I was a paid lawyer. Yeah. Didn't want to take no chances with a felony charge.
Yeah, I understand that.